is the outcomes that people are seeking in the things they do. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, gee, man, I just feel like buying a widget. I have nothing better to do than spend endless money on something I don't need. Well, maybe some people do, but I don't know if any of them are in this room. Errors everywhere all the time. Everyone has problems. We could just solve all the problems. Everyone breathes the same air. Everyone wants the same thing. The most common need speaks to the most customers. Not necessarily. So what does it look like to talk about outcomes? There was a townhome company that was building row homes during the big boom of 2020. And they were going around going, you know what? People are downsizing. We can appeal to downsizing. Well, who's downsizing? Seniors. Seniors are downsizing. We're going to focus on that. And we're going to put these row homes together, and we're going to do this stuff. And they did focus groups. And they're like, oh, yeah, we want stainless steel appliances, and we want this, and we want that. And okay, so they built all these things, and they put them on the market, and they said, if you're a senior downsizing, you should come get our stuff. Crickets. They sold none of them. They started to freak out. They lower the price. They get in another focus group. They say, what else do you guys need in here? What else do you guys want? Like, oh, we want a breakfast nook. Oh, we want a bay window. Oh, we want subway tile, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. So they spend some more money. And they go and they put in all the stuff that the focus group needs, lower the price, and proceed to sell zero, while everyone else in the market is killing it. And they're like, oh, shit, we have done something wrong here. So they did actually bring in a brand strategist like me. And they said, hey, can you come in and fix this? I'm like, yeah. Let me go talk to some people. So the brand strategist went out, talked to a bunch of people, talked to people who had downsized, which wasn't necessarily just seniors. It's people who got divorced, people who lost their job, people who moved across country to Denver and couldn't afford to live in something big anymore. Okay? And went, talked to them, got data, came back and said, well, hey guys, you know what you forgot? Moving sucks. You're talking about this thing, but you haven't actually fixed the outcome. And moving is hard. And downsizing is even harder. If you are older and you've raised your kids on that dining room table, you come into this place, breakfast nook, and there's nowhere for the dining room table, and the kids don't want it. Do you want to let go of all those memories of showing them how to do their homework on that table yet? Not gonna move in here. There's nowhere for these people to entertain. If you have just changed jobs and moved across country and you want your family to come, where are they going to go? There's nowhere, because if you're downsizing, your crap is taking up the whole spare bedroom. Oh, by the way, with all this going on, where are they going to store their stuff? Let's say they can't store it in the spare room for whatever reason. Now you've got to get a storage unit and go back and forth. How do you know what to keep and what to get rid of? If you get rid of that thing, are you going to need it 2 months from now, have to buy it again? If you're on a limited budget because you're downsizing, that doesn't work. So these are all hard problems. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go, and that stupid breakfast nook you put in, you're ripping it back out. Because we got to make room so that a reasonable sized dining room table can fit in there so they can bring it. You know that 17-piece bathroom that you can bowl in? We're going to take that down to a more normal size, and that's going to produce a sorting room where they can bring their stuff and figure things out. Now, I know you're all excited to build that next set of townhomes, and you've got the detached garages behind it that you've already built, but you haven't built the townhomes yet because you don't have money from these, right? So we're going to take those garages you already have built, and everyone that builds a townhome gets use of that thing for a year for free on site to store their stuff. Because now they don't have to go across town. Now they don't have to rent the stuff. They don't have to worry about how much stuff they're bringing. They can bring it. We could solve this. So yeah, you're going to spend a little more money, guys. And yeah, you're going to be out in your garages for a little bit. But we're also going to raise the price from your initial price 20%. And they were like, what? Like, we haven't been able to sell these things on discount. Are you kidding me? So they do these things. They put it back out. They address these outcomes. You don't have to sort your stuff out. You can have your family here. Don't have to worry about these things. They flew out of the market like hotcakes, and they sold the next 2 developments on deposit instantly because they solved the outcome. They fixed the problem, not the need. We have to think about what it is we are doing that is improving people's lives. Not, gee, our thing has 17 features. Yay! Because that's not what's solving people's problems. So another very quick example, Betty Crocker, back in the day. Big company, right? In the 40s, after the war, powdered things were the rage because we had to do powdered things for our troops in order to feed them. World War II. So Betty Crocker came up with their cake mixes because all of a sudden, all these gals were needing to do a lot of stuff. They're trying to take care of the kids. They're trying to do things. Hey, we can make your life easier. Look, it'll be so much easier. And first it was fine. And then the sales kept going down and the sales kept going down. So they put out coupons. The sales kept going down. And they're like, huh. But Betty Crocker was smart. They're like, let's go talk to people and find out what's going on here. Well, what's going on is it was too easy. All you had to do was add water and stuff. And these were women that were like, I want to give back to my family. I want to feel like this has meaning. I want to feel like I'm doing something. And when I just put the water in addition, it's like better than what I make. So I feel really guilty, like I'm cheating. I'm not really doing anything. And they went, huh, that's interesting. Okay, need to feel like you're doing something. Tell you what, we'll change the box and have you add 2 eggs. They changed nothing about the product. But they're like, look, you add 2 eggs and you're baking. And guess what? Now there was that ownership. Shot way up. Things are great. Well, then it started to go down again in the 70s. They're like, what the heck? Can't add more eggs. Already did that. That's not going to work. So they did more research. People were trying to figure out ways to make their cake more personal. Anybody can make a cake. How can you make a cake more personal? Ha! Frosting. So then they started adding frosting. And then the 80s had what is one of my favorite things. Again, this dip happened. Okay, you've got frosting and stuff. Sprinkles. Let's add sprinkles. Right? So at each time, it wasn't about, here's a new feature. It was about, here's how we can help you love your family more. Here's how we can make this yours. Yes, you're using our product, but it's yours. You can be proud of doing these things with our help. So it's like less brain damage, but all the great. They have survived all this time, right? It's still around today, doing great stuff. But it's because they stopped to think about what is truly the outcome we're working towards and how can we improve people's lives with the things we're doing.